Hey guys, BB here. Go ahead and subscribe down below if you are interested in my content. If you're not, click off this video right now because I don't want you here. The story Jujutsu Kaisen. I just finished watching the episode today, and I have a lot of mixed feelings about it. I think this show has a lot of potential to be, the best anime of the season, if it already is. It feels quite different. I would say my two sentence pitch for those who have not seen Jujutsu no Kaisen or no Kaisen. Oh man, I'm having a brain freeze. My pitch is, in a world filled with apparitions and oddities, our main protagonist discovers his calling to save the world by exorcising the strongest oddity named Sukuna. And he goes into like this exorcist school and stuff, and they wear like cool costumes and stuff. And I really do like the whole appeal of the show. I would say the one thing that stands out from the show is literally the action in and of itself. Dude, that's the COVID right there. Whew. But anyways, the action stands out quite much. Like it's nearly One Punch Man season 1 action, not nearly as good as One Punch Man season 1. If it did not have a great action sequences as we saw in first couple of episodes, I don't think it would be as popular as it was today. If it had like Tower of God action scenes, if it had freaking One Punch Man season 2 action scenes, I don't think that it would be getting this much attention as it is getting right now. I think I like the appeal of the black costumes, and our main protagonist has like a red hoodie that kind of shows that he's a little bit more distinct. He has a little bit more stuff going on. A little bit main protagonist stuff going on there. There's a little stuff going on. But I think the costumes look very realistic. I think the costumes in and of itself fits in with the type of genre that we are dealing with. I'd say that the opening is pretty dope, and the ending, I haven't really took time to actually analyze the ending, but the opening song is absolutely phenomenal. At first, I didn't really enjoy the opening because I thought it was really mellow compared to all the other popular shonen shows out there, but after a while, after I watched more shows and I learned every character and more about the context of the storyline, I grew to love it. I give it like a 7 out of 10, 7.5 to be more precise, because it feels the opening starts off kind of slow. There's nothing really hype until you get into like the main 1 minute of the song where everything goes out and people show out like their anime powers and their costumes and whatnot. We get that in literally every shonen genre where everything's all slow in like the opening. And then literally like midway in the song, it gets up to this like breaking point, and then everyone starts using their powers and everything explodes, and you get to see some of like the animated highlights of like what you should be expecting to see in this show, which I really do appreciate. For episode 6, I think we all knew that Yuji wasn't dead, mainly because shonen MC plot armor. And I really hated how the show treated him as if he was never coming back alive. The viewers knew he was coming back to life somehow, some way, in a form. And I just thought that was very insincere, what the author did. And it kind of made me disconnect with the story a little bit because I was just waiting for him to just revive. But I like the world building of seeing Sukuna's domain, seeing that, although Yuji died, he's not actually dead, and we get to see a little bit more about the world, which is very interesting. I wonder how they're going to build off of it. But we'll see. We'll see. For most of the characters, I don't think most of the characters stand out. I know I said most multiple times, but I think the only characters that really stand out would probably be Gojo, Itadori, Sukuna, and Panda Senpai. I secretly think that Panda Senpai might actually be the secret protagonist of the story. Who knows? We always know that if you add a panda to a movie, there's always going to be millions and millions of people ready to line up for that viewing because pandas are adorable, and we've never seen a crime fighting, kung fu fighting panda that fights crime and stuff. We've never seen that ever. Maybe. Oh well. So anyways, And I'd say the black haired guy that has like some really Sasuke type that has like really sad backstory. I don't really connect with him. They haven't really displayed a lot of information about him, mainly because we've mainly been focusing on the main protagonists at the moment. I think Gojo stood out in his episode 2 fight, which is pretty amazing, and so did Sukuna. And I'm really interested in how they're going to build off of these amazing and awesome and bad A characters, and see how are they going to develop the main protagonist and his goals. Now, to talk about goals, I believe that in every story there is sort of a thematic or a moral point of why the show was created. It could be a political perspective, a moral perspective, a statistical perspective, a scientific perspective, but it's some type of point that works as a very broad analogy, so that the audience can oh my gosh, excuse me. It works as a broad analogy so that the audience can see the point that the author is trying to make and understand it, to empathize or sympathize with the author. And I think that they made this point specifically in episode 2. It was where Yuji wanted to become a jujutsu sorcerer, and he wanted to stop and defeat, evil apparitions that harm innocent people. He wanted to become a hero in order to fulfill his grandfather's dying wish. And he actually got hammered for that reason because, I thought that, okay, that's all right motivation, but then the author was like, no, that's a stupid motivation. You shouldn't go and risk your life based on something that someone else had wished you to do. You should do something based off of your own motivation. And we saw that specifically when he was tested by, I believe, the Grand Clan's Master. I was originally going to think about putting up the KKK, but a picture of the KKK, but I'm probably not going to do that. Oh my gosh, let me let me not do that. Let me not do that. But they had like the Clan Master. They had the Clan Master testing Yuji and his fighting abilities and his motivations to why he wants to become a hero. Not really a hero, but a jujutsu sorcerer, a person that wards off evil apparitions and risks their life. And they could die a gruesome death and be put in very compromising situations. And he asks Yuji, why would you want to do it? And then Yuji was like, because it's my grandfather's dying wish. And the Clan Master was like, that's stupid. Why would you put yourself in a compromising situation like this, where you could die, for something that someone else had wished for? That's not even your own motivation, that's someone else's. And what he didn't want Yuji to do was, he did not want Yuji to curse his grandfather when he ends up suffering in that line of work. And I thought that was very profound, because it shows you that, he wants to raise up people that are self-motivated, that have no regrets whatsoever, and that when it's their time to go, it's their time to go. And I find that very interesting. And I believe that at this moment, this was the specific moment where our MC would set the stage for the series. His motivation, his goals. If he wants to become the Pirate King, he wants to be the greatest hero ever. He wants to become the strongest Soul Reaper. He wants to learn Bankai. He wants to become a Super Saiyan. This is basically the main moment that really sets our point of where the series, where our journey of the series takes off. Where are we headed? And I believe that Yuji had a phenomenally amazing and relatable answer. He said that there was like a little montage of his life before all this supernatural stuff occurred in his life, and he said that all he ever did in his early life was read manga and watched TV, and was very slothful, and he did nothing purposeful. Although he had the opportunities to do things that are purposeful to affect other people positively, but he never did. And he's saying that he saw an opportunity to do something meaningful in his life before he dies, and he wants to take it. And I thought that was very profound, because I find all of us, being very slothful, doing nothing, playing video games and reading manga and watching anime, maybe like this. And unmotivated, don't really find any purpose or significant meanings to our lives, that are really slim. We only live a certain point in time, and then we die and pass on. And I think that this moment really sets a stage and made me very related to him, because I was at a point in my life where I was pretty slothful, and you guys could probably relate to, where we were all slothful and we didn't really know what we wanted to do. And I think that when he said this, I was like, wow, I think you sold me. I think I'm going to watch his show and finish the series and see where it takes me, because I think that that is a unique, individualistic, and a personal motivation that I find relatable, and I think that I find very amazing. And I want to see where his journey ends up. He wants to protect other people, and he wants to do something meaningful for him, to fulfill himself. And I want to see how that turns out. And I think that's why I believe that you guys need to watch the series. I think this series has potential to teach us something amazing about certain aspects in life: depression, slothfulness, and goals and motivation. And I believe that, just like Yuji, woke up during that moment, at that breaking point, I think we all could probably wake up too and learn how to commit to something meaningful. And I think that's what we can learn from the show, hopefully, if it goes that route. And that's why I believe that, you should probably check it out and see if it suits your taste. All right. If you guys like my content, go ahead and, like and subscribe. But, leave a comment down below. And if you want me to review some other anime, a 4 or 5 episode review or something, I don't know, whatever it might be that you guys are interested in, some Boku no Pico action, I don't know. But seriously, let me know if you guys want me to look at some anime and review, some thematic points and its relevance to American culture or music. But yeah. All right, guys. BB out.